Welcome, welcome. We've got a great little top for you today. You know, the groundhog, for me, as soon as that Groundhog Day hits, I'm spring. I don't care what the groundhog says or what he does. For me, it is spring. So one of you, great customers, sent me some photos. I'm going to put them up side by side because I want you to kind of look at both of them. There's the gray one and then there's a, we'll call it red. So it's a twist sleeve, and if you notice in both cases, the t-shirt itself is just plain. I wanted to change that up. I love the sleeve. I just love that little sleeve. It's the same idea, but it's a little bit different in each one, and I'm going to kind of give you the variables. I want you to look at them, and then we'll come up close to the table so we can see what's going on, and we'll see how to do it. It's pretty simple. I did not have this shirt. I didn't have it. So I kind of had to speculate on some stuff, and I'll tell you along the way what I speculated on. I put it on 225, which is Nicky's top. I lengthened it because I love long tops. I lengthened it 4 inches. So Nicky's top 225, because it has the twisting all going on in the middle and the, you know, all that. I thought it was kind of a little more conducive with the sleeve than what just a plain t-shirt was. But the beauty of making is you get to do whatever you want. Okay, so if you notice in the gray one, there's a little gap between the knot where the sleeve is split and then comes together. You can see there's a little gap. In the red one, there's not. So that knot is actually going through the twist. I'm sorry, the twist is actually going through the sleeve. So I'm going to actually show you the gray one, but you could amend it and do whatever you want. Notice there's a band that goes down there, so we cut a separate band. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So we're going to show you how to do it, and then you can decide. Mine is a little longer than what theirs is, just because that's my decision. No right or wrong. I don't think it's any good. I think it'd be cute in a little short cap. You can also, you notice as it's open, you could put a little closure right there of some kind and kind of give it a little peekaboo, or you could do it long and have peekaboos all the way down. Again, my job is to give you the how-to. Your job is to be really, really creative. So the pattern we're using is 215. Nicky's top, and the fabric we're using, it's called a blue cloud, and it's a rayon knit. And again, what I'm going to do is bring the camera in close so that we can see close up, see what's going on. All right, here we go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the sleeve pattern, and I said 225 Nicky's top. Nicky's top is 215. The pattern number is 215. So we're going to take the sleeve, we're going to fold it in half. And we're going to cut out, just like we typically would, through the cap. But we're going to add a seam allowance here. And you're going to cut 2 layers for each sleeve. Again, I decided it was going to be, I made my inseam, or I'm sorry, I made the inside of the sleeve, I made it 5 inches. But again, that was just my style. All right, so you're going to actually have 4 of these, 2 for each sleeve. And then you're going to cut a piece, and this is 4 inches wide, and I put on a fold. It's the length of the sleeve. And if you just cut it longer, it's easier. You don't need an exact measurement. But it's 4 inches wide, and that's how wide I decided the band to be. So you're going to finish these 2 edges. This is going to open up like this, and these 2 edges are going to be finished. Now I noticed in that photo, because again I said I didn't have the sleeve, it almost looked like this could be double and this could be double, and they made a seam there. So that's your call. After making it, I don't know, you know, one makes the sleeve quite a bit heavier, one makes the sleeve lighter. So it's kind of your call whether you want, if you double it, you'll need 2 here, 2 here, 2, you'll need 8. I have 4. All right, so then for the band, what I did is I folded it right sides together. I made a seam all the way across, and then I turned it to the inside. Okay. Then what I did is I pressed that, and I pressed it with the seam down. It'll give the sleeve some weight. Then what you're going to do is you're going to sew this portion to the top. Remember, you've already finished your seam. And you're going to sew, and I'm just pinning instead of sewing. So you're pinning this and do the same thing and just do right sides together. And what I did is I left in between a gap of 1 1/4 inches. And again, don't get real technical on this. It's just this is the basic how-to, and it's just a lot of fun. So that's what my sleeve looked like. Remember, at this point, these are finished. And then you twist and twist. So you're going to turn twice, and that puts the knot in the center. Remember, both edges are finished, and that makes my knot. Once I sew these together, it somewhat keeps that knot in the middle. At this point, I go ahead and I set in that sleeve. You know, and an option I think I might do, I might have sewed the sleeve together to here. When you go to set that sleeve in at the top, it's hard to get that to stay. I mean, I shouldn't say hard, but it's a little tricky to get that to stay right in the middle and not have a gap. So just be aware of that. But I set the sleeve in just like the pattern says. And then, of course, it sews up the side. And so these bands stay together. And when they're finished, they'll sew under the sleeve and down the side seam to finish up the top. So from there you would do it just like it. Because this is longer than, you can just clean that off. That's why it's easier to cut that band longer, and then whatever you don't need, you don't need. Let that stay like it is, and it's just cute. All right, so now we'll finish up and look at a few things. There you have it. You can see it's just really fun and easy. The knot just lays there. Again, because it really matched the front of this top and all the kind of intersection that went on, I just really liked it. And how long you decide, you can do all those variables. The goal is to just have fun. It's a different kind of sleeve, very simple to do. It didn't take long. Cut your additional, your band was 4 inches, folded in half, so it was 2 inches. You interned it. You got it. If you have any questions, just turn back, watch it again, and you'll get it. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.